CLEP English Literature Shakespeare Review. Question 1. If you see William Blake, which title should you remember? Option A. Songs of Innocence and Experience. Option B. Preface to Shakespeare. Option C. Lyrical Ballads. Option D. To His Coy Mistress. The correct answer is option A. Songs of Innocence and Experience. Songs of Innocence and Experience fits because it is William Blake's work, visionary poems contrasting innocence, experience, social oppression and spiritual perception. Preface to Shakespeare is associated with Samuel Johnson, Lyrical Ballads is associated with William Wordsworth. To His Coy Mistress belongs with Andrew Marvell, not this author clue. Question 2. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue. If a clue names Midnight's Children, which author is expected? Option A. Geoffrey Chaucer. Option B. Salman Rushdie. Option C. John Milton. Option D. Samuel Johnson. The correct answer is option B. Salman Rushdie. Salman Rushdie fits because Midnight's Children is a post-colonial novel using magical realism to connect personal and national history. Geoffrey Chaucer is linked to the Canterbury Tales, Samuel Johnson is linked to Preface to Shakespeare. John Milton points instead to Paradise Lost, so it does not match this clue. Question 3. Examining a CLEP-style clue among these choices, which one explains a passage where the audience understands danger or truth that a character does not yet see? Option A. Verbal irony. Option B. Dramatic irony. Option C. Situational irony. Option D. Foreshadowing. The correct answer is option B. Dramatic irony. Dramatic irony fits because dramatic irony depends on a gap between audience knowledge and character knowledge. Verbal irony is wrong because verbal irony says one thing while meaning another. Situational irony and foreshadowing describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 4. Can you name the literary term for a long elevated narrative poem about heroic or cosmic events? Option A. Ode. Option B. Frame narrative. Option C. Motif. Option D. Epic. The correct answer is option D. Epic. Epic fits because it means a long elevated narrative poem about heroic or cosmic events. Frame narrative and motif refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Ode is also different. Lyric poetry focuses on personal feeling, comedy resolves conflict happily, essay presents prose argument. Question 5. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue among these terms, which one names a strong pause or break within a line of poetry? Option A. Motif. Option B. Caesura. Option C. Metaphor. Option D. Conceit. The correct answer is option B. Caesura. Caesura fits because it means a strong pause or break within a line of poetry. Conceit and motif refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Metaphor is also different. Enjambment runs the sentence beyond the line. Alliteration repeats consonants. Octave names the first 8 lines of some sonnets. Question 6. Testing a CLEP-style clue. Choose the work most closely linked with William Shakespeare. Option A. Sonnets. Option B. Beowulf. Option C. Great Expectations. Option D. Hard Times. The correct answer is option A. Sonnets. Sonnets fits because it is William Shakespeare's work, a sonnet sequence often tested for rhyme scheme, love, time, beauty, and mortality. Great Expectations is associated with Charles Dickens. Beowulf is associated with anonymous Old English poet. Hard Times belongs with Charles Dickens, not this author clue. Question 7. When John Bunyan appears in review, which title fits? Option A. The Canterbury Tales. Option B. Hamlet. Option C. Great Expectations. Option D. The Pilgrim's Progress. The correct answer is option D. The Pilgrim's Progress. The Pilgrim's Progress fits because it is John Bunyan's work, a religious allegory that turns Christian life into a symbolic journey. Great Expectations is associated with Charles Dickens. The Canterbury Tales is associated with Geoffrey Chaucer. Hamlet belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 8. Tracing a CLEP-style clue during work matching, which title belongs to Geoffrey Chaucer? Option A. Waiting for Godot. Option B. Tristram Shandy. Option C. The Second Coming. Option D. Troilus and Cresside. The correct answer is option D. Troilus and Cresside. Troilus and Cresside fits because it is Geoffrey Chaucer's work, a Middle English narrative poem focused on love, fortune, and betrayal. Waiting for Godot is associated with Samuel Beckett. Tristram Shandy is associated with Lawrence Sterne. The Second Coming belongs with W. B. Yeats, not this author clue. Question 9. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue, select a term for a narrator whose account should not be fully trusted. Option A. Motif. Option B, dramatic monologue. Option C, unreliable narrator. Option D, soliloquy. The correct answer is option C, unreliable narrator. Unreliable narrator fits because it means a narrator whose account should not be fully trusted. Motif and dramatic monologue refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Soliloquy is also different. Omniscient narrator knows many minds, author is the real writer, antagonist opposes the protagonist. Question 10. Preparing a CLEP style clue. If a clue names Wuthering Heights, which author is expected? Option A, William Blake. Option B, Emily Bronte. Option C, Sir Thomas Malory. Option D, John Donne. The correct answer is option B, Emily Bronte. Emily Bronte fits because Wuthering Heights is a Gothic Victorian novel of passion, revenge, setting, and layered narration. John Donne is linked to Holy Sonnets. Sir Thomas Malory is linked to Ellie Morte d'Arthur. William Blake points instead to songs of innocence and experience, so it does not match this clue. Question 11. If a poem uses a work that applies epic style to a trivial subject for comic or satiric effect, which device is present? Option A, apostrophe. Option B, Gothic. Option C, mock epic. Option D, terza rima. The correct answer is option C, mock epic. Mock epic fits because it means a work that applies epic style to a trivial subject for comic or satiric effect. Gothic and terza rima refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Apostrophe is also different. Tragedy centers on serious downfall, pastoral idealizes rural life, elegy mourns loss. Question 12. Recognizing a CLEP style clue, which work is tied to Seamus Heaney? Option A, Dr. Faustus. Option B, North. Option C, Sonnets. Option D, Frankenstein. The correct answer is option B, North. North fits because it is Seamus Heaney's work, a modern poetry collection often linked with history, violence, bog imagery, and memory. Dr. Faustus is associated with Christopher Marlowe. Frankenstein is associated with Mary Shelley. Sonnets belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 13. Examining a CLEP style clue, can you name the literary term for a direct address to an absent person, abstract idea, or thing? Option A, Gothic. Option B, apostrophe. Option C, symbolism. Option D, pastoral. The correct answer is option B, apostrophe. Apostrophe fits because it means a direct address to an absent person, abstract idea, or thing. Pastoral and Gothic refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Symbolism is also different. Soliloquy is a speech by a character alone on stage. Satire attacks folly. Metonymy substitutes an associated term. Question 14. Considering a CLEP style clue among these choices, which one explains a passage where a strong pause interrupts the middle of a poetic line? Option A, octave. Option B, assonance. Option C, caesura. Option D, enjambment. The correct answer is option C, caesura. Caesura fits because caesura names a pause within a line, often marked by punctuation or a natural break in speech. Enjambment is wrong because enjambment carries syntax across a line break. Octave and assonance describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 15. Choose the work most closely linked with Derek Walcott. Option A, Omrose. Option B, The Tempest. Option C, Middlemarch. Option D, The Temple. The correct answer is option A, Omrose. Omrose fits because it is Derek Walcott's work, a Caribbean epic that reworks classical forms through post-colonial history and island experience. The Tempest is associated with William Shakespeare. Middlemarch is associated with George Eliot. The Temple belongs with George Herbert, not this author clue. Question 16. During period review, which label matches alliterative verse, heroic loyalty, oral tradition, and a warrior culture? Option A, Middle English. Option B, Modernism. Option C, Anglo-Saxon/Old English. Option D, Romantic. The correct answer is option C, Anglo-Saxon/Old English. Anglo-Saxon/Old English fits because it is commonly linked with alliterative verse, heroic loyalty, oral tradition, and a warrior culture. Middle English is different because Middle English is more closely tied to Chaucer, estates satire, and later medieval forms. Romantic and Modernism point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 17. Comparing a CLEP style clue during terminology review, which term matches a situation in which the audience knows more than a character does? Option A, Spenserian stanza. Option B, kenning. Option C, tone. Option D, dramatic irony. The correct answer is option D, dramatic irony. Dramatic irony fits because it means a situation in which the audience knows more than a character does. Kenning and Spencerian stanza refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Tone is also different. Verbal irony says one thing and means another. Soliloquy is a stage speech. Parody imitates style for comic effect. Question 18. Tracing a CLEP style clue, select the term for a compact metaphorical compound common in Old English poetry. Option A, rhyme scheme. Option B, Bildungsroman. Option C, octave. Option D, kenning. The correct answer is option D, ing. Kenning fits because it means a compact metaphorical compound common in Old English poetry. Rhyme scheme and octave refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Bildungsroman is also different. Conceit is usually a longer elaborate comparison. Epithet is a descriptive tag. Metonymy uses association rather than compounding. Question 19. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue, how is substitution of a related or associated word for the thing meant usually labeled? Option A, metaphor. Option B, metonymy. Option C, Bildungsroman. Option D, tragedy. The correct answer is option B, metonymy. Metonymy fits because it means substitution of a related or associated word for the thing meant. Tragedy and metaphor refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Bildungsroman is also different. Synecdoche uses a part for the whole. Metaphor compares unlike things. Alliteration repeats initial sounds. Question 20. If you see Percy Bysshe Shelley, which title should you remember? Option A, Sons and Lovers. Option B, North. Option C, Ode to the West Wind. Option D, Hard Times. The correct answer is option C, Ode to the West Wind. Ode to the West Wind fits because it is Percy Bysshe Shelley's work, a romantic ode that treats nature as destructive, creative, and revolutionary power. Sons and Lovers is associated with D. H. Lawrence. North is associated with Seamus Heaney. Hard Times belongs with Charles Dickens, not this author clue. Question 21. Studying a CLEP-style clue, when Great Expectations appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A, Charles Dickens. Option B, William Shakespeare. Option C, Chinua Achebe. Option D, Jonathan Swift. The correct answer is option A, Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens fits because Great Expectations is a Victorian Bildungsroman about Pip, class aspiration, guilt, and moral growth. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Chinua Achebe is linked to Things Fall Apart. Jonathan Swift points instead to Gulliver's Travels, so it does not match this clue. Question 22. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue among these periods, which one matches order, reason, decorum, satire, heroic couplets, and classical imitation? Option A, modernism. Option B, neoclassical/18th century. Option C, Renaissance. Option D, romantic. The correct answer is option B, neoclassical/18th century. Neoclassical/18th century fits because it is commonly linked with order, reason, decorum, satire, heroic couplets, and classical imitation. Renaissance is different because Renaissance writing highlights humanism, drama, and exploration of individual ambition. Romantic and modernism point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 23. Examining a CLEP-style clue among these writers, who is linked to Things Fall Apart? Option A, Emily Bronte. Option B, Mary Shelley. Option C, Sir Thomas Malory. Option D, Chinua Achebe. The correct answer is option D, Chinua Achebe. Chinua Achebe fits because Things Fall Apart is a post-colonial novel about Igbo society, colonial disruption, and cultural conflict. Emily Bronte is linked to Wuthering Heights. Mary Shelley is linked to Frankenstein. Sir Thomas Malory points instead to Ellie Morte d'Arthur, so it does not match this clue. Question 24. Which author is most closely associated with Dr. Faustus? Option A, Chinua Achebe. Option B, Daniel Defoe. Option C, Christopher Marlowe. Option D, Lawrence Sterne. The correct answer is option C, Christopher Marlowe. Christopher Marlowe fits because Dr. Faustus is a Renaissance tragedy about ambition, forbidden knowledge, and a bargain with the devil. Daniel Defoe is linked to Robinson Crusoe. Chinua Achebe is linked to Things Fall Apart. Lawrence Sterne points instead to Tristram Shandy, so it does not match this clue. Question 25. Choose the work most closely linked with Edmund Spenser. Option A, Sons and Lovers. Option B, The Faerie Queene. Option C, North. Option D, The Temple. The correct answer is option B, The Faerie Queene. The Fairy Queen fits because it is Edmund Spenser's work, an allegorical Renaissance epic romance written in the Spenserian stanza. Sons and Lovers is associated with D. H. Lawrence. The Temple is associated with George Herbert. North belongs with Seamus Heaney, not this author clue. Question 26. Testing a CLEP style clue. When Charlotte Brontë appears in review, which title fits? Option A, Hard Times. Option B, Jane Eyre. Option C, Sonnets. Option D, Sons and Lovers. The correct answer is option B, Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre fits because it is Charlotte Bronte's work, a Victorian Bildungsroman with Gothic elements, moral independence, and first-person narration. Sons and Lovers is associated with D. H. Lawrence. Hard Times is associated with Charles Dickens. Sonnets belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 27. Comparing a CLEP-style clue among these writers, who is linked to In Memoriam AHH? Option A, D. H. Lawrence. Option B, Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Option C, Mary Shelley. Option D, John Milton. The correct answer is option B, Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Alfred, Lord Tennyson fits because In Memoriam AHH is a Victorian elegy that wrestles with grief, faith, science, and doubt. John Milton is linked to Paradise Lost. Mary Shelley is linked to Frankenstein. D. H. Lawrence points instead to Sons and Lovers, so it does not match this clue. Question 28. Tracing a CLEP-style clue, recognizing Lord Byron should lead to which title? Option A, Sonnets. Option B, Preface to Shakespeare. Option C, Don Juan. Option D, Othello. The correct answer is option C, Don Juan. Don Juan fits because it is Lord Byron's work, a witty satirical verse narrative associated with the Byronic voice and social critique. Sonnets is associated with William Shakespeare. Othello is associated with William Shakespeare. Preface to Shakespeare belongs with Samuel Johnson, not this author clue. Question 29. When North appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A, anonymous Old English poet. Option B, Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Option C, William Shakespeare. Option D, Seamus Heaney. The correct answer is option D, Seamus Heaney. Seamus Heaney fits because North is a modern poetry collection often linked with history, violence, bog imagery, and memory. Alfred, Lord Tennyson is linked to In Memoriam AHH. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Anonymous Old English poet points instead to Beowulf, so it does not match this clue. Question 30. Preparing a CLEP-style clue. If you see John Milton, which title should you remember? Option A, The Tempest. Option B, Volpone. Option C, Hamlet. Option D, Paradise Lost. The correct answer is option D, Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost fits because it is John Milton's work, a blank verse epic on the fall, Satan, obedience, free will, and divine justice. Volpone is associated with Ben Jonson. Hamlet is associated with William Shakespeare. The Tempest belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 31. Studying a CLEP-style clue, how should a reader label a passage where a song-like poem tells a story in simple repeated stanzas? Option A, elegy. Option B, sonnet. Option C, mock epic. Option D, ballad. The correct answer is option D, ballad. Ballad fits because ballads are narrative, song-like poems often using repetition, dialogue, and strong rhythms. Elegy is wrong because elegy mourns death or loss. Mock epic and sonnet describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 32. Which term describes the repetition of vowel sounds without repeating the same consonants? Option A, enjambment. Option B, synecdoche. Option C, assonance. Option D, couplet. The correct answer is option C, assonance. Assonance fits because it means the repetition of vowel sounds without repeating the same consonants. Synecdoche and couplet refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Enjambment is also different. Alliteration repeats initial consonants. Consonance repeats consonant sounds. Irony depends on contrast. Question 33. Examining a CLEP-style clue, can you name the literary term for narration that imitates the flow of a character's thoughts and perceptions? Option A, stream of consciousness. Option B, rhyme scheme. Option C, pastoral. Option D, narrator. The correct answer is option A, stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness fits because it means narration that imitates the flow of a character's thoughts and perceptions. Narrator and rhyme scheme refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Pastoral is also different. Omniscient narration surveys many minds. Allegory uses symbolic action. Satire mocks social errors. Question 34. Considering a CLEP-style clue, should the importance of being earnest be matched with which writer? Option A. Oscar Wilde. Option B. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option C. John Keats. Option D. Daniel Defoe. The correct answer is option A. Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde fits because The Importance of Being Earnest is a late Victorian comedy of manners built on wit, double identities, and social satire. John Keats is linked to Ode on a Grecian Urn. Elizabeth Barrett Browning is linked to sonnets from the Portuguese. Daniel Defoe points instead to Robinson Crusoe, so it does not match this clue. Question 35. Among these writers, who is linked to Hamlet? Option A. Samuel Johnson. Option B. William Shakespeare. Option C. Jane Austen. Option D. Jonathan Swift. The correct answer is option B. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because Hamlet is a revenge tragedy centered on delay, conscience, performance, and corruption. Jonathan Swift is linked to Gulliver's Travels. Samuel Johnson is linked to Preface to Shakespeare. Jane Austen points instead to Pride and Prejudice, so it does not match this clue. Question 36. Which work includes Heathcliff and Catherine? Option A. North. Option B. Wuthering Heights. Option C. Midnight's Children. Option D. Ellie Mort d'Arthur. The correct answer is option B. Wuthering Heights. Heathcliff and Catherine are at the emotional center of Emily Bronte's Gothic novel. Pip belongs to Great Expectations, Dorothea belongs to Middlemarch, Belinda belongs to The Rape of the Lock. Question 37. When Jane Eyre appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A. Lord Byron. Option B. Emily Bronte. Option C. Charlotte Bronte. Option D. Laurence Sterne. The correct answer is option C. Charlotte Bronte. Charlotte Bronte fits because Jane Eyre is a Victorian Bildungsroman with Gothic elements, moral independence, and first-person narration. Emily Bronte is linked to Wuthering Heights, Lord Byron is linked to Don Juan. Laurence Sterne points instead to Tristram Shandy, so it does not match this clue. Question 38. Select the term for a recurring image, phrase, idea, or situation that helps develop meaning. Option A. Free indirect discourse. Option B. Sonnet. Option C. Motif. Option D. Allegory. The correct answer is option C. Motif. Motif fits because it means a recurring image, phrase, idea, or situation that helps develop meaning. Sonnet and free indirect discourse refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Allegory is also different. Theme is the larger insight, plot is sequence of events, tone is the speaker's attitude. Question 39. How would a clue about Christopher Marlowe most likely be answered? Option A. Dr. Faustus. Option B. The Fairy Queen. Option C. Tom Jones. Option D. Macbeth. The correct answer is option A. Dr. Faustus. Dr. Faustus fits because it is Christopher Marlowe's work, a Renaissance tragedy about ambition, forbidden knowledge, and a bargain with the devil. The Fairy Queen is associated with Edmund Spenser. Macbeth is associated with William Shakespeare. Tom Jones belongs with Henry Fielding, not this author clue. Question 40. Preparing a CLEP-style clue. If a poem uses third-person narration that slips into a character's thoughts or idiom, which device is present? Option A. Ode. Option B. Caesura. Option C. Mock epic. Option D. Free indirect discourse. The correct answer is option D. Free indirect discourse. Free indirect discourse fits because it means third-person narration that slips into a character's thoughts or idiom. Ode and mock epic refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Caesura is also different. First person uses I. Omniscient narration is broadly all-knowing. Dramatic irony depends on audience knowledge. Question 41. Studying a CLEP-style clue, study cards should connect George Orwell with which work? Option A. King Lear. Option B. The Wasteland. Option C. 1984. Option D. Great Expectations. The correct answer is option C. 1984. 1984 fits because it is George Orwell's work, a dystopian political novel about surveillance, language control, and totalitarian power. The Wasteland is associated with T.S. Eliot. King Lear is associated with William Shakespeare. Great Expectations belongs with Charles Dickens, not this author clue. Question 42. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue, should Heart of Darkness be matched with which writer? Option A. George Eliot. Option B. T.S. Eliot. Option C. William Shakespeare. Option D. Joseph Conrad. The correct answer is option D. Joseph Conrad. Joseph Conrad fits because Heart of Darkness is a modern novella exploring imperialism, moral darkness, narration, and ambiguity. George Eliot is linked to Middlemarch, William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. T.S. Eliot points instead to the wasteland, so it does not match this clue. Question 43. Can a CLEP item about Elizabeth Barrett Browning point to which work? Option A. The Second Coming. Option B. Paradise Lost. Option C. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Option D. Sonnets from the Portuguese. The correct answer is option D. Sonnets from the Portuguese. Sonnets from the Portuguese fits because it is Elizabeth Barrett Browning's work, a Victorian sonnet sequence exploring love, voice, and devotion. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock is associated with T.S. Eliot. The Second Coming is associated with W.B. Yeats. Paradise Lost belongs with John Milton, not this author clue. Question 44. Considering a CLEP-style clue among these works, which one is by William Shakespeare? Option A. The Rape of the Lock. Option B. Volpone. Option C. King Lear. Option D. A Midsummer Night's Dream. The correct answer is option C. King Lear. King Lear fits because it is William Shakespeare's work, a tragedy about authority, family betrayal, madness, and suffering. The Rape of the Lock is associated with Alexander Pope. Volpone is associated with Ben Jonson. A Midsummer Night's Dream belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 45. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue when William Shakespeare appears in review, which title fits? Option A. Macbeth. Option B. To His Coy Mistress. Option C. Sonnets from the Portuguese. Option D. A Midsummer Night's Dream. The correct answer is option A. Macbeth. Macbeth fits because it is William Shakespeare's work, a tragedy of ambition, prophecy, regicide, guilt, and disorder. A Midsummer Night's Dream is associated with William Shakespeare. To His Coy Mistress is associated with Andrew Marvell. Sonnets from the Portuguese belongs with Elizabeth Barrett Browning, not this author clue. Question 46. Testing a CLEP-style clue, can 1984 help identify which author? Option A. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option B. Edmund Spenser. Option C. William Shakespeare. Option D. George Orwell. The correct answer is option D. George Orwell. George Orwell fits because 1984 is a dystopian political novel about surveillance, language control, and totalitarian power. Elizabeth Barrett Browning is linked to Sonnets from the Portuguese. Edmund Spenser is linked to the Faerie Queene. William Shakespeare points instead to Hamlet, so it does not match this clue. Question 47. Comparing a CLEP-style clue, which term fits a passage where two polished rhyming lines of iambic pentameter close a satiric point? Option A. Villanelle. Option B. Blank verse. Option C. Heroic couplet. Option D. Spenserian stanza. The correct answer is option C. Heroic couplet. Heroic couplet fits because heroic couplets are rhymed pairs in iambic pentameter, especially important in neoclassical poetry and satire. Blank verse is wrong because blank verse has no rhyme. Spenserian stanza and villanelle describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 48. Tracing a CLEP-style clue, how is drama that satirizes social behavior, courtship, class, and witty conversation usually labeled? Option A. Comedy of manners. Option B. Alliteration. Option C. Dramatic irony. Option D. Pastoral. The correct answer is option A. Comedy of manners. Comedy of manners fits because it means drama that satirizes social behavior, courtship, class, and witty conversation. Dramatic irony and pastoral refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Alliteration is also different. Tragedy centers on suffering or downfall, melodrama heightens emotion, epic narrates heroic action. Question 49. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue, if you see Laurence Sterne, which title should you remember? Option A. Tristram Shandy. Option B. The Faerie Queene. Option C. Robinson Crusoe. Option D. Mrs. Dalloway. The correct answer is option A. Tristram Shandy. Tristram Shandy fits because it is Laurence Sterne's work, an experimental 18th-century novel famous for digression and playful narration. The Faerie Queene is associated with Edmund Spenser. Robinson Crusoe is associated with Daniel Defoe. Mrs. Dalloway belongs with Virginia Woolf, not this author clue. Question 50. Can Middlemarch help identify which author? Option A. Lord Byron. Option B. Percy Bysshe Shelley. Option C. Charlotte Bronte. Option D. George Eliot. The correct answer is option D. George Eliot. George Eliot fits because Middlemarch is a realist Victorian novel known for social breadth, moral complexity, and Dorothea Brooke. Charlotte Brontë is linked to Jane Eyre, Percy Bysshe Shelley is linked to Ode to the West Wind, Lord Byron points instead to Don Juan, so it does not match this clue. Question 51. Studying a CLEP style clue. If a clue names Jane Eyre and Rochester, which title is expected? Option A, Jane Eyre. Option B, Waiting for Godot. Option C, The Importance of Being Earnest. Option D, King Lear. The correct answer is option A, Jane Eyre. Jane and Rochester are central to Charlotte Bronte's Gothic Bildungsroman. Catherine and Heathcliff belong to Wuthering Heights, Elizabeth and Darcy belong to Pride and Prejudice, Vladimir and Estragon belong to Waiting for Godot. Question 52. Identify the period linked with empire, decolonization, language, cultural identity, displacement, and historical memory. Option A, Anglo-Saxon/Old English. Option B, metaphysical poetry. Option C, restoration. Option D, post-colonial/Commonwealth. The correct answer is option D, post-colonial/Commonwealth. Post-colonial/Commonwealth fits because it is commonly linked with empire, decolonization, language, cultural identity, displacement, and historical memory. Restoration is different because restoration literature is linked with wit, theater, and comedy of manners. Metaphysical poetry and Anglo-Saxon/Old English point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 53. Examining a CLEP-style clue. When a review note mentions imagination, nature, emotion, the ordinary person, and the value of individual experience, which period fits? Option A, Victorian. Option B, Restoration. Option C, Neoclassical. Option D, Romantic. The correct answer is option D, Romantic. Romantic fits because it is commonly linked with imagination, nature, emotion, the ordinary person, and the value of individual experience. Neoclassical is different because neoclassical literature values order, satire, and rational polish. Restoration and Victorian point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 54. Choose the work most closely linked with George Herbert. Option A, Troilus and Cresside. Option B, The Temple. Option C, In Memoriam AHH. Option D, Tom Jones. The correct answer is option B, The Temple. The Temple fits because it is George Herbert's work, a collection of devotional metaphysical poems shaped by faith, pattern, and spiritual conflict. Troilus and Cresside is associated with Geoffrey Chaucer, Tom Jones is associated with Henry Fielding. In Memoriam AHH belongs with Alfred, Lord Tennyson, not this author clue. Question 55. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue. When a passage shows the speaker's or author's attitude toward the subject, which term fits? Option A, metaphor. Option B, Gothic. Option C, soliloquy. Option D, tone. The correct answer is option D, tone. Tone fits because it means the speaker's or author's attitude toward the subject. Soliloquy and Gothic refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Metaphor is also different. Mood is the feeling created in the reader. Plot is event sequence. Meter is rhythmic pattern. Question 56. Testing a CLEP-style clue. During work matching, which title belongs to Robert Browning? Option A, Dr. Faustus. Option B, My Last Duchess. Option C, Othello. Option D, Preface to Shakespeare. The correct answer is option B, My Last Duchess. My Last Duchess fits because it is Robert Browning's work, a dramatic monologue revealing character through a speaker's controlled self-exposure. Preface to Shakespeare is associated with Samuel Johnson, Dr. Faustus is associated with Christopher Marlowe. Othello belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 57. Among these titles, which one contains Pip and Miss Havisham? Option A, Middlemarch. Option B, The Canterbury Tales. Option C, The Remains of the Day. Option D, Great Expectations. The correct answer is option D, Great Expectations. Pip and Miss Havisham belong to Dickens's Victorian novel about class, guilt, and moral growth. Tess belongs to Hardy, Stephen Dedalus belongs to Joyce, Okonkwo belongs to Achebe. Question 58. How is the first 8-line unit of a Petrarchan sonnet usually labeled? Option A, ode. Option B, foreshadowing. Option C, octave. Option D, stream of consciousness. The correct answer is option C, octave. Octave fits because it means the first 8-line unit of a Petrarchan sonnet. Foreshadowing and ode refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Stream of consciousness is also different. Sestet is 6 lines, quatrain is 4 lines, couplet is 2 lines. Question 59. If nearby words begin with repeated consonant sounds, which concept is being tested? Option A, irony. Option B, assonance. Option C, meter. Option D, alliteration. The correct answer is option D, alliteration. Alliteration fits because alliteration repeats initial consonant sounds and is especially important in Old English poetry. Assonance is wrong because assonance repeats vowel sounds. Meter and irony describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 60. Preparing a CLEP-style clue study cards should connect William Shakespeare with which work? Option A, Hamlet. Option B, In Memoriam AHH. Option C, Don Juan. Option D, King Lear. The correct answer is option A, Hamlet. Hamlet fits because it is William Shakespeare's work, a revenge tragedy centered on delay, conscience, performance, and corruption. Don Juan is associated with Lord Byron, In Memoriam AHH is associated with Alfred, Lord Tennyson. King Lear belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 61. How should a CLEP author clue for A Midsummer Night's Dream be answered? Option A, Charles Dickens. Option B, William Shakespeare. Option C, Robert Browning. Option D, Joseph Conrad. The correct answer is option B, William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because A Midsummer Night's Dream is a comedy that mixes lovers, fairies, mistaken identities, and theatrical play. Joseph Conrad is linked to Heart of Darkness. Charles Dickens is linked to Great Expectations. Robert Browning points instead to My Last Duchess, so it does not match this clue. Question 62. If a passage context shows fragmentation, stream of consciousness, mythic illusion, alienation, and post-war disillusionment, which period is likely? Option A, Modernism. Option B, Middle English/Medieval. Option C, Neoclassical. Option D, Romantic. The correct answer is option A, Modernism. Modernism fits because it is commonly linked with fragmentation, stream of consciousness, mythic illusion, alienation, and post-war disillusionment. Middle English/Medieval is different because medieval writing often uses pilgrimage, romance, and religious allegory. Neoclassical and Romantic point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 63. Examining a CLEP-style clue on a CLEP study card, which writer belongs with Frankenstein? Option A, Henry Fielding. Option B, Mary Shelley. Option C, William Blake. Option D, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. The correct answer is option B, Mary Shelley. Mary Shelley fits because Frankenstein is a Gothic and Romantic novel about creation, responsibility, isolation, and ambition. William Blake is linked to Songs of Innocence and Experience. Samuel Taylor Coleridge is linked to The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Henry Fielding points instead to Tom Jones, so it does not match this clue. Question 64. Choose the work most closely linked with Samuel Beckett. Option A, North. Option B, The Rape of the Lock. Option C, Waiting for Godot. Option D, Tom Jones. The correct answer is option C, Waiting for Godot. Waiting for Godot fits because it is Samuel Beckett's work, an absurdist drama centered on waiting, repetition, uncertainty, and minimal action. The Rape of the Lock is associated with Alexander Pope. Tom Jones is associated with Henry Fielding. North belongs with Seamus Heaney, not this author clue. Question 65. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue, how should a CLEP author clue for Troilus and Cressida be answered? Option A, Charles Dickens. Option B, Geoffrey Chaucer. Option C, Percy Bysshe Shelley. Option D, William Blake. The correct answer is option B, Geoffrey Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer fits because Troilus and Cressida is a Middle English narrative poem focused on love, fortune, and betrayal. William Blake is linked to Songs of Innocence and Experience. Charles Dickens is linked to Great Expectations. Percy Bysshe Shelley points instead to Ode to the West Wind, so it does not match this clue. Question 66. Can the wasteland help identify which author? Option A, William Wordsworth. Option B, T.S. Eliot. Option C, Matthew Arnold. Option D, Percy Bysshe Shelley. The correct answer is option B, T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot fits because The Wasteland is a modernist poem marked by fragmentation, illusion, spiritual dryness, and cultural crisis. Matthew Arnold is linked to Dover Beach. Percy Bysshe Shelley is linked to Ode to the West Wind. William Wordsworth points instead to lyrical ballads, so it does not match this clue. Question 67. On a CLEP study card, which writer belongs with Songs of Innocence and Experience? Option A, Chinua Achebe. Option B, William Shakespeare. Option C, John Keats. Option D, William Blake. The correct answer is option D, William Blake. William Blake fits because Songs of Innocence and Experience is visionary poems contrasting innocence, experience, social oppression and spiritual perception. Chinua Achebe is linked to Things Fall Apart, William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. John Keats points instead to Ode on a Grecian urn, so it does not match this clue. Question 68. How is a formal lyric poem of praise, meditation, or address usually labeled? Option A, blank verse. Option B, ode. Option C, motif. Option D, foreshadowing. The correct answer is option B, ode. Ode fits because it means a formal lyric poem of praise, meditation, or address. Motif and foreshadowing refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Blank verse is also different, epic is long and narrative, satire attacks folly, ballad tells a story in song-like stanzas. Question 69. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue, how should a CLEP author clue for Ode to the West Wind be answered? Option A, Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option B, Percy Bysshe Shelley. Option C, John Keats. Option D, Samuel Johnson. The correct answer is option B, Percy Bysshe Shelley. Percy Bysshe Shelley fits because Ode to the West Wind is a romantic ode that treats nature as destructive, creative, and revolutionary power. Elizabeth Barrett Browning is linked to sonnets from the Portuguese. John Keats is linked to Ode on a Grecian urn. Samuel Johnson points instead to preface to Shakespeare, so it does not match this clue. Question 70. During passage analysis, which term matches the clue that narration follows a character's flowing perceptions, memories, and associations? Option A, allegory. Option B, comedy of manners. Option C, stream of consciousness. Option D, heroic couplet. The correct answer is option C, stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness fits because stream of consciousness tries to imitate mental flow and is central to many modernist novels. Heroic couplet is wrong because heroic couplet is a verse form. Allegory and comedy of manners describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 71. Studying a CLEP-style clue, which period is most associated with pilgrimage frames, estates satire, romance, and the transition from Old to Middle English? Option A, Middle English/Medieval. Option B, Post-colonial. Option C, Renaissance. Option D, Victorian. The correct answer is option A, Middle English/Medieval. Middle English/Medieval fits because it is commonly linked with pilgrimage frames, estates satire, romance, and the transition from Old to Middle English. Renaissance is different because Renaissance writing is linked to humanism, drama, and sonnet sequences. Victorian and post-colonial point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 72. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue, can Belinda and the Stolen Lock of Hair help identify which work? Option A, The Wasteland. Option B, Songs of Innocence and Experience. Option C, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Option D, The Rape of the Lock. The correct answer is option D, The Rape of the Lock. Belinda is the fashionable figure at the center of Pope's mock heroic satire. Tess belongs to Hardy, Jane Eyre belongs to Bronte, Grendel belongs to Beowulf. Question 73. Examining a CLEP-style clue among these terms, which one names the six-line unit that often follows the octave in a Petrarchan sonnet? Option A, iambic pentameter. Option B, terza rima. Option C, sestet. Option D, motif. The correct answer is option C, sestet. Sestet fits because it means the six-line unit that often follows the octave in a Petrarchan sonnet. Motif and iambic pentameter refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Terza rima is also different, octave is 8 lines, couplet is 2 lines, refrain is repeated language. Question 74. Choose the work most closely linked with D. H. Lawrence. Option A, Great Expectations. Option B, Hamlet. Option C, The Remains of the Day. Option D, Sons and Lovers. The correct answer is option D, Sons and Lovers. Sons and Lovers fits because it is D. H. Lawrence's work, a modern novel of psychological realism, family bonds, sexuality, and class tension. Great Expectations is associated with Charles Dickens. The Remains of the Day is associated with Kazuo Ishiguro. Hamlet belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 75. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue on a CLEP study card, which writer belongs with Volpone? Option A, Chinua Achebe. Option B, William Shakespeare. Option C, Charlotte Bronte. Option D, Ben Jonson. The correct answer is option D, Ben Jonson. Ben Jonson fits because Volpone is a Jacobean satirical comedy exposing greed, deception, and moral corruption. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Charlotte Bronte is linked to Jane Eyre. Chinua Achebe points instead to Things Fall Apart, so it does not match this clue. Question 76. Testing a CLEP style clue. Identify the writer normally connected with The Remains of the Day. Option A. Kazuo Ishiguro. Option B. Salman Rushdie. Option C. William Wordsworth. Option D. Samuel Taylor Coleridge. The correct answer is option A. Kazuo Ishiguro. Kazuo Ishiguro fits because The Remains of the Day is a late 20th century novel about memory, restraint, class, and missed emotional truth. Salman Rushdie is linked to Midnight's Children. Samuel Taylor Coleridge is linked to The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. William Wordsworth points instead to lyrical ballads, so it does not match this clue. Question 77. Comparing a CLEP style clue. Who wrote Tristram Shandy? Option A. William Shakespeare. Option B. T.S. Eliot. Option C. Lawrence Sterne. Option D. Ben Jonson. The correct answer is option C. Lawrence Sterne. Lawrence Sterne fits because Tristram Shandy is an experimental 18th century novel famous for digression and playful narration. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Ben Jonson is linked to Volpone. T.S. Eliot points instead to The Wasteland, so it does not match this clue. Question 78. Tracing a CLEP style clue. If one thing is described as another without using like or as, which concept is being tested? Option A. Metaphor. Option B. Simile. Option C. Hyperbole. Option D. Metonymy. The correct answer is option A. Metaphor. Metaphor fits because metaphor makes an implied comparison between unlike things. Simile is wrong because simile compares using like or as. Metonymy and hyperbole describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 79. Spotting that a 14-line poem divides into an octave and sestet should lead to which term? Option A. Villanelle. Option B. Petrarchan sonnet. Option C. Shakespearean sonnet. Option D. Ballad. The correct answer is option B. Petrarchan sonnet. Petrarchan sonnet fits because the Petrarchan sonnet usually turns between an 8-line octave and a 6-line sestet. Shakespearean sonnet is wrong because Shakespearean sonnets use 3 quatrains and a closing couplet. Ballad and villanelle describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 80. Preparing a CLEP style clue. Which work is tied to Mary Shelley? Option A. Frankenstein. Option B. The Remains of the Day. Option C. Things Fall Apart. Option D. Tess of the D'Urbervilles. The correct answer is option A. Frankenstein. Frankenstein fits because it is Mary Shelley's work, a gothic and romantic novel about creation, responsibility, isolation, and ambition. Tess of the D'Urbervilles is associated with Thomas Hardy. The Remains of the Day is associated with Kazuo Ishiguro. Things Fall Apart belongs with Chinua Achebe, not this author clue. Question 81. Studying a CLEP style clue. Can you name the literary term for the continuation of a sentence beyond the end of a poetic line? Option A. Heroic couplet. Option B. Enjambment. Option C. Narrator. Option D. Personification. The correct answer is option B. Enjambment. Enjambment fits because it means the continuation of a sentence beyond the end of a poetic line. Narrator and personification refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Heroic couplet is also different. Caesura is a pause within a line, and stopping completes a sentence at line end. Allusion is a reference. Question 82. Recognizing a CLEP style clue. During author review, which writer belongs with sonnets? Option A. Daniel Defoe. Option B. Geoffrey Chaucer. Option C. William Shakespeare. Option D. Jane Austen. The correct answer is option C. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because sonnets is a sonnet sequence often tested for rhyme scheme, love, time, beauty, and mortality. Geoffrey Chaucer is linked to the Canterbury Tales. Jane Austen is linked to Pride and Prejudice. Daniel Defoe points instead to Robinson Crusoe, so it does not match this clue. Question 83. Identify the device described as a comparison using like or as. Option A. Allegory. Option B. Dramatic monologue. Option C. Simile. Option D. Octave. The correct answer is option C. Simile. Simile fits because it means a comparison using like or as. Allegory and dramatic monologue refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Octave is also different. Metaphor makes an implied comparison. Metonymy uses association. Paradox joins apparent contradiction. Question 84. Considering a CLEP style clue when a passage shows a statement that seems contradictory but reveals a deeper truth, which term fits? Option A, Spenserian stanza. Option B, dramatic irony. Option C, symbolism. Option D, paradox. The correct answer is option D, paradox. Paradox fits because it means a statement that seems contradictory but reveals a deeper truth. Symbolism and dramatic irony refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Spenserian stanza is also different, hyperbole exaggerates, allusion references outside material, enjambment carries syntax across lines. Question 85. During work matching, which title belongs to Virginia Woolf? Option A, Mrs. Dalloway. Option B, Holy Sonnets. Option C, Ode to the West Wind. Option D, The Golden Notebook. The correct answer is option A, Mrs. Dalloway. Mrs. Dalloway fits because it is Virginia Woolf's work, a modernist novel using stream of consciousness, memory, and a single-day structure. The Golden Notebook is associated with Doris Lessing. Ode to the West Wind is associated with Percy Bysshe Shelley. Holy Sonnets belongs with John Donne, not this author clue. Question 86. Recognizing George Eliot should lead to which title? Option A, The Tempest. Option B, Heart of Darkness. Option C, Middlemarch. Option D, The Canterbury Tales. The correct answer is option C, Middlemarch. Middlemarch fits because it is George Eliot's work, a realist Victorian novel known for social breadth, moral complexity, and Dorothea Brooke. The Canterbury Tales is associated with Geoffrey Chaucer. Heart of Darkness is associated with Joseph Conrad. The Tempest belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 87. How is interlocking three-line rhyme often associated with Dante and later English adaptations usually labeled? Option A, epistolary novel. Option B, simile. Option C, terza rima. Option D, Spenserian stanza. The correct answer is option C, terza rima. Terza rima fits because it means interlocking three-line rhyme often associated with Dante and later English adaptations. Epistolary novel and Spenserian stanza refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Simile is also different, heroic couplet rhymes in pairs, sonnet has 14 lines, ballad stanza is narrative and song-like. Question 88. Tracing a CLEP style clue if a poem uses the ordered pattern of end rhymes in a poem, which device is present? Option A, free indirect discourse. Option B, epistolary novel. Option C, rhyme scheme. Option D, caesura. The correct answer is option C, rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme fits because it means the ordered pattern of end rhymes in a poem. Epistolary novel and caesura refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Free indirect discourse is also different, meter is rhythm, diction is word choice, imagery is sensory language. Question 89. Interpreting a CLEP style clue, who wrote Othello? Option A, Aphra Behn. Option B, Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option C, William Shakespeare. Option D, T.S. Eliot. The correct answer is option C, William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because Othello is a tragedy built around jealousy, manipulation, race, and trust. Aphra Behn is linked to Orinoco, Elizabeth Barrett Browning is linked to sonnets from the Portuguese. T.S. Eliot points instead to the wasteland, so it does not match this clue. Question 90. Preparing a CLEP style clue, which work is tied to Thomas Hardy? Option A, Gulliver's Travels. Option B, Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Option C, The Second Coming. Option D, My Last Duchess. The correct answer is option B, Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Tess of the D'Urbervilles fits because it is Thomas Hardy's work, a late Victorian tragic novel involving social judgment, fate, sexuality, and rural change. The Second Coming is associated with W.B. Yeats. My Last Duchess is associated with Robert Browning. Gulliver's Travels belongs with Jonathan Swift, not this author clue. Question 91. Studying a CLEP style clue, can a CLEP item about William Shakespeare point to which work? Option A, Hamlet. Option B, Macbeth. Option C, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Option D, Paradise Lost. The correct answer is option C, A Midsummer Night's Dream. A Midsummer Night's Dream fits because it is William Shakespeare's work, a comedy that mixes lovers, fairies, mistaken identities, and theatrical play. Hamlet is associated with William Shakespeare. Paradise Lost is associated with John Milton. Macbeth belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 92. Recognizing a CLEP style clue among these terms, which one names a reference to another text, historical event, myth, or cultural figure? Option A, Villanelle. Option B, illusion. Option C, kenning. Option D, Gothic. The correct answer is option B, illusion. Illusion fits because it means a reference to another text, historical event, myth, or cultural figure. Kenning and Gothic refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Villanelle is also different. Allegory sustains symbolic meaning across a whole work. Irony creates contrast between appearance and reality. Meter concerns rhythmic pattern. Question 93. How should a character clue about Salim Sinai be answered? Option A, Sons and Lovers. Option B, Heart of Darkness. Option C, Midnight's Children. Option D, The Tempest. The correct answer is option C, Midnight's Children. Salim Sinai connects personal memory with national history in Rushdie's post-colonial novel. Dorothea Brooke belongs to Eliot, Christian belongs to Bunyan, Grendel belongs to Beowulf. Question 94. If a clue names Okonkwo, which title is expected? Option A, Middlemarch. Option B, Things Fall Apart. Option C, The Pilgrim's Progress. Option D, Ellie Mort d'Arthur. The correct answer is option B, Things Fall Apart. Okonkwo is central to Achebe's post-colonial novel about Igbo society and colonial disruption. Crusoe belongs to Defoe, Lear belongs to Shakespeare, Prufrock belongs to Eliot. Question 95. If a clue names The Pilgrim's Progress, which author is expected? Option A, John Milton. Option B, William Shakespeare. Option C, T.S. Eliot. Option D, John Bunyan. The correct answer is option D, John Bunyan. John Bunyan fits because The Pilgrim's Progress is a religious allegory that turns Christian life into a symbolic journey. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. John Milton is linked to Paradise Lost. T.S. Eliot points instead to the wasteland, so it does not match this clue. Question 96. Recognizing W.B. Yeats should lead to which title? Option A, Macbeth. Option B, Things Fall Apart. Option C, The Second Coming. Option D, Middlemarch. The correct answer is option C, The Second Coming. The Second Coming fits because it is W.B. Yeats's work, a modernist symbolic poem known for apocalyptic imagery and historical disorder. Macbeth is associated with William Shakespeare. Middlemarch is associated with George Eliot. Things Fall Apart belongs with Chinua Achebe, not this author clue. Question 97. How is a poem of mourning, often reflecting on death and loss, usually labeled? Option A, elegy. Option B, unreliable narrator. Option C, epic. Option D, tone. The correct answer is option A, elegy. Elegy fits because it means a poem of mourning, often reflecting on death and loss. Unreliable narrator and epic refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Tone is also different. Ode praises or meditates formally, satire mocks folly, ballad tells a song-like story. Question 98. Tracing a CLEP-style clue. If a poem uses a narrative in which characters or events carry sustained symbolic or moral meanings, which device is present? Option A, sonnet. Option B, allegory. Option C, foreshadowing. Option D, metaphor. The correct answer is option B, allegory. Allegory fits because it means a narrative in which characters or events carry sustained symbolic or moral meanings. Sonnet and metaphor refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Foreshadowing is also different. Metaphor is a shorter implied comparison. Realism imitates ordinary life. Caesura is a pause inside a poetic line. Question 99. If a clue names Don Juan, which author is expected? Option A, Lawrence Sterne. Option B, Lord Byron. Option C, Matthew Arnold. Option D, Oscar Wilde. The correct answer is option B, Lord Byron. Lord Byron fits because Don Juan is a witty satirical verse narrative associated with the Byronic voice and social critique. Oscar Wilde is linked to the importance of being earnest. Lawrence Sterne is linked to Tristram Shandy. Matthew Arnold points instead to Dover Beach, so it does not match this clue. Question 100. Among these titles, which one contains Iago? Option A, The Remains of the Day. Option B, Othello. Option C, The Golden Notebook. Option D, Things Fall Apart. The correct answer is option B, Othello. Iago is the manipulator whose deception drives Othello's jealousy. Satan belongs to Paradise Lost. Prospero belongs to The Tempest. Pip belongs to Great Expectations.